Hello, gorgeous. Welcome back. Although there are no such rules to makeup artistry or creativity, but after 5 years of doing makeup professionally, these have completely transformed the way I approach to every single face, and they're definitely going to change your makeup game forever too. It's going to be a chatty video, so sit back, grab a snack, and let's get started. Starting with rule number one, undertone over perfect match. All these years, I have worked with so many clients, and people are still confused for picking up the right shade of foundation. I don't know what is this obsession with choosing lighter shades of foundation, and they actually mean to look brighter than their own skin tone. But honestly, if you're going to go way too light with your foundation, it will gonna look ashy, it will oxidize in a while. So if wearing a lighter foundation gives you an illusion of having a brighter skin, honey, if you're going to attend a party like this, it's not going to look cute. To pick the right shade of foundation, you need to understand the basics of undertones. In professional terminologies, there are so many undertones and so many categories of undertones. But if you're just starting your makeup journey, or just in general, you only need to understand these three undertones. There's one cool undertone, one warm undertone, and one neutral undertone. There are so many ways to analyze undertones, what undertone you have, but the best way is to look at your skin in sunlight and see what kind of hue is reflected from within. Like underneath your skin, what kind of hue, what kind of color it's reflecting. And if it's difficult to judge for you, there's also an easy way people also judge the undertones based on the color of your veins. So if your veins look more green, if you look at your wrist, if there are more green colored veins, you most definitely have a warmer undertone, which reflects a yellower hue. If you have more blue purplish sort of veins that are visible on your wrist, then you most definitely have a cooler undertone, which reflects more pink reddish hue. And if you have a mix of both green, blue, pink, blue, purple, green, blue, then there's a neutral undertone. You must have also checked the foundation bottles if you have any. There are shades coded with W, which stands for warm, C, which stands for cool, and N, which stands for neutral. So most of the foundation brands, they bifurcate their foundation categories based on these undertones. These are the basic undertones that you're going to find. But in some brands, you're also going to see there's light peach, light olive, neutral olive, so and so forth. You don't have to get into that much of bifurcation of undertones. It's best to understand just the three undertones: warm, cool, and neutral. Based on that, you're going to see your complexion, because your complexion can get a little darker or fairer depending on the external factors and environmental aggressors. You could tan, or your face or your skin could get more clearer based on that. And based on, there are so many factors: travel, climate change. Your skin might look a little different shade, but your undertone will remain same forever. If you're going to apply the shade, even if you're tan or you look fairer, but the shade you have is a slight different match of your skin, but the undertone is right, it's going to look perfectly amazing. Make sure you understand undertones and shades together. Also, a suggestion: please do not buy foundations online. Please do not guess or buy it on hit and trial. Step out, go to the stores, swatch it on your face, look it in the sunlight, see what undertone it is, and then buy. Moving on to rule number two: less is always more. This rule does not just apply on the complexion products, but also on the toppers that you apply. When it comes to complexion products, you don't really have to use more foundation in order to get more coverage. There are different formulations of foundations. There are sheer to medium, medium to high coverage, Choose as per your liking, choose what you need, and then go for the formulation. Because if you're using a sheer coverage foundation and you're going to keep putting more of that foundation, it is not going to make any difference because the coverage is not going to build up. Also, start with lesser product and then eventually build up only if it's needed, because you can definitely build up but you cannot underplay the product once it is applied. Coming on to the toppers, like your blushes, your eyeshadows, contour, highlight, any product, just take a little bit of amount in one go and then eventually build if you need more. Don't go overboard with anything, because removing it is very, very difficult when your base is done, everything is done, and you're just applying your foundation, your eyeshadow or your blush, and you just, you know, pick up a lot of product in the brush and just go about applying it. There's going to be a patch and you cannot fix it. Not everything has to be fixed. Go with a lighter hand, just like you do in the kitchen. Go with a lighter hand, less salt first. If it's needed, you can eventually add more. Simple principle, basic, as easy as it can be. Rule number 3, skin prep is 70% of the game. You must have heard it so many times. Your skin is what you eat. What you eat is going to show up on your skin, which is so true. So just make sure that you're eating well, you're sleeping well, you're stress free, and you're taking a good care of your skin, using right skincare products and exfoliating your skin time to time. Then all these steps are going to give you a flawless application of your makeup. If you skip any of these steps, no matter how expensive foundation you're using, no matter how airbrush flawless foundation you're using, or any high-end product you're using, your makeup is not going to look as good and as flawless as you desire. So make sure that you're following these steps. You're working on your skin internally, also picking up the right skin prep products. Using a right primer is so important before putting up your foundation, because your primer also creates a base for your foundation to glide on. If you have oily skin, go for gel base, pore minimizing, smooth and blurring primers. If you have dry skin, go for hydrating, more nourishing ingredients like vitamin E, that shea butter that can also provide more hydration and prevent flakiness of your skin. If your skin is well hydrated, your foundation is going to glide on very smoothly, even if you have dry skin. Rule number 4, right tools are important. Right tools are key. Investing in the right brushes, right tools, what works for what purpose, what works for what need. Understanding this basic is very important. Now, you don't really have to go and splurge your money on high end brushes or high end tools. You only have to have branded or most expensive tools. It's not that. Indian brands like Mars Cosmetics, Swiss Beauty, they have come up with such good quality brushes. Buy good quality brushes, invest in good quality brushes, take care of them, wash them regularly, and maintain them properly. They're going to last you for a really, really long time. In fact, the blenders as well. Analyze what works for you. If you are comfortable with blending your foundation and products with brushes, if you're only comfortable using your brushes, use your brushes. If you're comfortable with your blender, use the beauty blender. Also, a combination of both works really well. So invest in good tools, in right tools. Also use the right tools for your eye makeup, for your face makeup. If you want a detailed video of right tools and right brushes for right makeup, or what must have brushes you should have in your vanity or in your kit, do let me know in the comments. With that, we have come to our fifth rule, which is balance. Now, balance has different definitions when it comes to makeup. It can be a balance between your products, as in what amount of foundation should go, what amount of blush should go, what color of blush should go with your eyeshadow and your lipstick, creative, a cohesive look. But the most important thing in balance is creating the highlight of your face. There are two highlights of the face. One is your eyes and the other is the lips. Now, you must have seen some of your friends or colleagues. There must be one girl who wears such amazing lip colors, and you always go and reach out to her to ask her what lip color is she wearing. You always ask suggestions for lip colors from her, which means her personal style is actually highlighting her lips, and she thinks that's the best feature of her face, and she only accentuates that. This not only creates a personal style but also helps in balancing out the face, because the center of attention on her face is her lips. Similarly, you must have seen some people who are amazing, like just amazing with eye makeup. They wear some amazing colors. Their eyeliner is always on point. They wear winged eyeliners. They wear nice, fluttery mascara, the fluttery eyelashes, which means their personal style is eye looks, eye makeup. They love eye makeup, and hence they highlight that, and hence they feel that their eyes is the best feature they have. So you also pick one of these instead of just perfecting everything on your face, like a perfect base, perfect skin, perfect brows, perfect eyes, perfect lips. Just focus on one thing and balance it out, because that is going to be the center of attention on your face. You can pick your eyes if you love eye makeup, eyeliner, mascara. If you love playing with colors, like I absolutely love wearing bold colors, go for lips and wear different combinations, wear different textures, satin lipsticks, matte lipsticks, experiment, and you will eventually figure out your personal style, what you like more. Instead of perfecting every single thing, just pick one thing and create a balance on your face. Balance also applies on creating a balance between eye and lips. If you're wearing a bright eyeliner or bright eye makeup, just keep your lips muted, and same goes for the lips as well. If you're wearing bold lips, keep your eyes muted. So there's a balance. Balance is key to makeup. Always remember that. With that, we come to an end to this video. These were the 5 rules, and if you follow these, I'm sure your makeup game is going to be on point forever. Also, if you consider going for shopping, consider these rules and only shop according to that, whether it be your foundation, your blush, lip color, any makeup product that you like. Keep these 5 rules in mind and you're good to go with your makeup. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have got to learn something from this video. If you did, then do not forget to give it a big thumbs up. Comment below letting me know what else you want to see on my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Until then, keep shining, glow bug. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.